Hello and welcome. This is going to be an all signs next 48. And I apologize to those of you. I know you've been waiting for the singular signs. I I decided to leave up the partial Aries one that I got done. There is definitely a lot of delay and distraction energy, and definitely it's a good time to work on your focus skills, but also on giving yourself some grace, which is what I'm doing on this because there is a whole lot going on for everybody right now. Thank you off the bat for liking, sharing, and subscribing these videos. It helps make it so I can continue doing them and provides you with a little bit of entertainment. And in an effort to get back to making my videos a little bit more concise for these, light 48-hour readings, I've decided to go ahead and pull some homophone cards and some tarot cards to get us going. Also, today I'm getting a little bit more into the aspecting. So we have Venus making a trine to the moon, which is in Scorpio. So we have kind of the deeper aspects of love kind of going on. So you might see a theme in that. And I keep hearing the song in my head. I know it's partially for a personal interaction, but when I was planning and doing this reading and shuffling, I kept hearing it more and more and more. And it's that song by Chicago. Was it Baby Come Back? You can blame it all on me. I was wrong. And I just can't live without you. Like that particular line is just coming through a lot. And it very much fit to me when I noticed that Venus was in aspect to a Scorpio moon, because those are two signs that very much deal with love. And because Venus is involved and because of the date today, it is 9/20/2020, which numerologically equals to 11 and 15, and it also has the number 20 in it, which is judgment. So it's there's a lot of karmic energy going on right now. We also have aspects between Saturn and Jupiter coming into alignment with Venus and the moon and a few other things tomorrow also, which is I believe an equinox. It's Mabon for those of you that celebrate pagan paths, and all about kind of a second Thanksgiving and a second harvest. But I think in terms of what I'm feeling right now is that the Scorpio moon plus Venus plus all this Hermit Virgo energy going on, we're still seeing a little bit more withdrawing back to the self, learning more about the self. The Hermit card holds the star in his little lantern, too. So it's like following a wish, following spirit, really tuning in. And with the Justice and the Devil in there, it can go either way. It could be justice for a Capricorn, or it could be justice for someone who's been entangled with a devil, or who has been, maybe their partner's been kept away from them by a devil of sorts, which is like a codependent connection, somebody who's in toxic energy, things like that. Or just some sort of a karmic connection, or you may be breaking free from a karmic connection. Now, let's see. I'm laughing because one of the first cards that came out in the homophones is this peak card, and one of the last all signs reading I did, that one came out, and I'm happy to see it in upright again. And I know in my own vibration, I guess, I did see some of this from someone. I don't know if any of you have. Please feel free to comment below or message me as you do and let me know if it's come up. The next one that we got was pear, and it's interesting. I love that there's socks on there, and I really feel like there's going to be some sort of an actual thing coming up for all of us this weekend that has to do with laundry in some sort of way. Now, it's upright, so I mean, I would assume that, maybe you're taking your laundry back and you're doing it the way you want to. Somebody's not been doing your laundry the way that you'd like and demanding to do it on top of that. Or maybe you found somebody that you can do your laundry with that you feel good about. Or maybe somebody who lets you do your laundry. Or so maybe you want to do somebody else's laundry. But especially with that peak energy, it might, maybe somebody will playfully show you something that they start talking about, like more mundane things like laundry or dishes or chores or things like that. Or it might be that that pair, as in the word, is what sticks out more, and that they're kind of peeking out and saying they see you as a pair or something along those lines. Either way, the third card we got was plain, in reverse. And I think really it's the whoever it is that's communicating. If this is you communicating this to someone else, if you're kind of sheepishly flirting with somebody, or maybe you're peeking into the deeper aspects of love and things like that, and are you a match with the person you're with, or maybe you're a match for someone else? Because this is, to me, it's like dissatisfaction. It's like you know it's the basics, or maybe it's what you used to believe was supposed to be a relationship or a job or a dynamic of some kind, but you want more than that. You realize, yeah, you can deal with this, you can deal with the plane, but you want more and you deserve to have more. So, I think self-worth is probably going to be a fairly big theme on this. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you are showing someone that you're learning a little bit of self-worth, or maybe it's that someone is showing you that. Maybe, and with the socks in there, it's also a little bit more about self-care. And even with that plain burger in reverse, it could be that maybe there's been tightness with money, and you're really missing being able to have some ketchup and cheese on that. And part of self-care is like saying, okay, I'm going to do my laundry first, and I'm going to go out and earn a few hours worth of money, or I'm going to set a boundary, or I'm going to do something, and then you want to get a reward. Um, I think for some of you too, you might have someone communicate to you that they're feeling a lack of rewards in their life for the things that they're doing. They're feeling like people don't appreciate them. Maybe they feel like a plain burger and they like being a plain burger, but they don't feel like people appreciate them as a plain burger. Like in fact, this could be a theme for some of you of withdrawing back like extra things. Maybe you've been spending a lot of money on someone and you're wondering, are they only here for the money? Or maybe you've already, maybe you ended up having a hard time at work, or there was some sort of money complication. Maybe Saturn slowed down your income flow, and you're just kind of noticing that the people you're around, or maybe this is someone you're waiting on, or a friend that you know that comes into your vibration, but there's a theme of realizing the truth of a matter, that like if you're not, like you can sometimes test and see, is someone a really good match as a romantic partner. Yeah, look at that, like a really good match, if you are plain. And what about when you're grumpy? And what about like if you don't have money to give to the situation, if you don't have if you're not being overly sexual, if you don't cook or clean or things like that? I'm not saying if you're toxic, but if you take away the things that you do for them that generally they like, will they still appreciate you as a person just for who you are, just for existing? And it may be that a fair amount of you are noticing that you have people in your lives that don't appreciate you just for you. They only appreciate you when your home is available for their parties, or when you spend money on them, or when you do kind of superficial things. And for others, you might be noticing maybe somebody around you is even withdrawing from you and others, and it could be that this is kind of their test, and it's a good time to ask yourself, if this person doesn't do anything for me that I typically like, do I still like them as a person? Do I still want to be around them and doing stuff? Like, is it them that I like, or is it the things that they do that I like? Why do I like liking this person, or why do I love loving this person just for who they are? Man, my nose is itchy today. Usually that means somebody's trying to communicate something. The on the what ended up on the bottom, so to speak, of this deck. Oh wow, the other side too. Ant and toes, and both in reverse. But I was called to the toe there because it came up the other day with that peak one, and now it's in reverse, which is kind of like something is not so adorable anymore. So maybe it is that with Venus and Scorpio, we're finding that, maybe for some of you it's that you were told that you were adorable doing something, but then you lost your job, or you lost income, or you hit a vacation and you weren't very well planned for it, and now you don't have the money and you're putting it in, and now suddenly nothing you do is adorable, kind of thing. Like maybe you're noticing some of that. Or maybe you got in a fight with somebody and you're just not feeling very adorable, or I'm getting a fair amount of self-worth and self-care kind of vibes in this too. So if this is you feeling this way, pull back and do self-care. If this is someone that you see who is struggling, try to kind of call them back to self-care and self-worth. If you can offer some love and light to them, and help remind them that they're a good person, that, there's a difference between bad behaviors and bad people and things like that, go ahead and do that. It'd be a good time for it. Now, the cards that we got, it's very interesting, especially once I show you the shadow card and the hot topic. But first off, we got the Page of Pentacles. And then we got the Queen of Swords. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse, which, it's funny. Okay. What I was going to say totally went out of my mind when I started looking at this. But what I see actually, the funny thing is, I see the Queen of Swords blocking a young Page of Pentacles from leaving, from healing thoughts, from doing prayer work and spiritual work, from connecting with family, an Empress sort. And now, being that the pages of the Pentacle suit, that would be the fourth suit before getting back to the major arcana, and would be the most mature of the suits. So this is likely, I'm not, it could be somebody with Earth sign, like a sun sign, or dominant placements, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But I'm actually getting the sense that this is more just masculines in general, and a lot of masculines, especially in the Twin Flame Collective. I just saw 1150, which is 7 in there. So victory. There might be some of them that are Cancers or Leos or have those strong placements. But it's a lot of masculines who have been really trying to work on getting their pentacles up and have it being financially secure, and they're wanting to plant their financial seed again. If they're here, either they feel like they've never really gotten financially secure, or they feel like they could get financially secure if they planted elsewhere. And I'm also seeing this another way too. So for some of you, if you're masculine, this is going to be you feeling like you are blocked from healing or moving or transitioning, or even just your spiritual prayer work, having good boundaries, things like that, by somebody who is likely air sign dominant, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or it's that you recognize that you need to talk with somebody who has one of those dominants, or in I so if it's somebody who's blocking you from healing, like they are likely more reversed Queen of Swords, but they're pretending right now, they're putting on a very good show of imitating somebody who is a clear communicator, and who has good boundaries and things like that. But if they're blocking you from doing what you need to do, this could even be children. If they're blocking you from your family, your kids, if they're using children or anything to try to prevent you from pulling away from them, or having alone time, or doing good self-care, if they're like bundling you up with like urgent chores or extra things that need to be done or stuff like that, then you need to recognize that you need to become this energy yourself. And in upright, you need to be a clear communicator. You need to say, no, I'm going to do my healing. I'm going to do my healing. But this person might be making you feel like you are a plain burger, and a plain burger is not fun or delicious, and that if you're not with them, that you're going to be an unhappy plain burger or some crap like that. Like, don't listen to that. For others of you, this is going to be someone that you know that you need to communicate with, who will tell you the truth, and who expects the truth, and who has at least decent boundaries, and they are about justice. And yes, they've got some sides of them that they hide, but if you're in, pages are still fairly immature. And it's like with children, sometimes you recognize that they're not adult enough to put certain things on their shoulders, so you don't do that. It can be the same with even an adult who's in that way. But maybe it's that you recognize that you need to speak to this person before you can heal, and not that they're blocking you from it. It's that they'll help you get to it. Like maybe it is that you need to release some tears, and this person can help you do that in a kind way. It may be that that is who you're peeking out with. It may even be that you recognize that that is your match, that's your pair. um, for others of you, if you identify more as feminine, this could be you recognizing that somebody that of masculine, who's probably still growing in maturity, is being blocked by somebody of the Queen of Swords quality, or that they're blocked because they need to talk to you, or it could be even another feminine that exhibits the higher qualities of the Queen of Swords before they can get to healing. Now, let's look at the rest of the deck real quick and see what, maybe there's a little more information as to what's blocking them. I'm feeling like it's mostly self-doubt and feeling sorry for themselves. I'm feeling like a lot of, especially with this Venus Scorpio energy, and all the Mars and Aries retrograde and all this stuff going on, that a fair amount of masculines are dealing with both external people in their vibration that are saying things that make them feel smaller and inadequate, and like they're incapable of doing things for themselves on their own and being happy and attractive and all that. um, they're hearing voices of past people in their heads that used to do that to them, and it's coming up for healing, but many of them are still kind of stuck in the moment of it, kind of like reliving the memories rather than viewing the memories from a detached perspective. Now, interestingly enough, on the shadow card position, we have the Nine of Cups, which tells me two things. One, you're going to probably hear about or intuit that a masculine figure in your life is now single, and probably has been for, I mean, let's say 9 days or 9 weeks, or maybe even 9 months, even if they pretended that they weren't. This, you could find this out. Either way, this is also about wish fulfillment, and we're on the 17th minute here too. So that's the Star card, which is also about wishes. Um, I'm getting the sense that for most people, though, whether you're masculine or feminine, this is about feeling like you deserve to feel fulfilled, like you can have more than just a basic, that you can get beyond just survival mode, that you deserve that. You deserve emotional fulfillment. You deserve to feel good on your own as who you are, and have the option of that 10th cup when and if you want it, right? I feel like there's a lot of ego work to do because of the yellow, and because of the blue and the water in the cups being blue, that there's some truths coming out. There's some vocal stuff in there, vocal chakra. Now, underneath that is the Hangman reverse and the Magician, which interestingly enough both have to do a little bit of communication and this Virgo Mercury energy. So somebody is manifesting the ability to stop procrastinating and hesitating on likely speaking a truth, because the Queen of Swords usually means a truth, and it could be that they're thinking to offer you a gift. It could be, a verbal gift, a text gift, a video. It could be a behavior. It could be money. It could be offering to share a home or something material. And because of the spiritual connections, it could have something to do with, maybe they want to offer a more spiritual connection, but it's small. It's a page. It's likely Easter eggs and breadcrumbs, which is fine. Just recognize, if you cut them down for offering little bits, especially if they've been through something hard, whether feminine or masculine, you're likely going to see them go right back to this and avoiding that healing a bit. So, think about what you really want with whoever this is in your vibration. Now, the hot topic card that we got here is the Eight of Eight of Wands reversed. Some sort of plans did not go through. They did not manifest. They did not go. And the funny thing is, like, this is Well, you know what? To keep it shorter, for this reading right now, what I'm getting this sense of is that this isn't blocked communication per se. I mean, you might still have some delays in communication, you might have some delays in plans, but this seems more like talking about plans that fell through. There was a lot of wands in the air, a lot of arrows in the air. You might even notice arrows as a symbol or a word a fair amount in the next few days. But this is about some sort of plans that fell through and did not go through, or, they didn't work. It was, it could have been up to 8 months ago. It could have been within that time. It could be that you'll hear about it in 8 days, something like that. I'm feeling really called the numbers on that. Oh, wow. I'm laughing. Heart of the matter, 10 of Cups. So we've got the 9 of Cups, the wish, as the shadow work. Because in the heart, oh man, I got tingles on that, is the 10 of Cups. Fulfillment. Happy life, happy wife, happy hubby, family, reunion. And it's coming because